Welcome to Cathy D. Slat's website at cathydslat.com. You are here for the Cathy D. Slat Quantum Energy Group Zoom call and have arrived. To access the Zoom call, you're going to click here. The call will be live. You'll maybe want to lower the volume on your speakers. If you missed the Zoom calls, you can access them through her archives. She also has a blog post if you would like to see all of her blog posts. It's in a list form. And then her TAOSH blog. Here are testimonials, but we're going to go on over to the Zoom call. One moment, please.
Let me show you. This is what I want to make some notes of what we're doing. Can you believe we are still working on virus? And when it came down, the other day that was in our scan that we wanted to do that. And you can see we wanted 154 pathogen panels. And it has been going ever since. And I'm going to keep going with it. But what happens, like, for example, right now, this one is 14 hours. It started at like a short time, but then I checked, was that all? And then it went more hours, then it went 10 hours, and then when I clicked it again, it went to 14 hours. So once that finishes, I'll go to the next. But a couple of things to keep in mind. Priority is that this is etheric. So this is not in our body. This is around us etherically. And so why not be proactive and clear the stress? Secondly, if we ever, and probably we all did, had, say, the flu, those viruses, they say, never leave. They kind of just get subdued, but they're still in there. So it's just real interesting. I'm pretty surprised at how long this is taking, but I'm just going to keep doing it. So it wasn't off when it said 154 pathogen panels. It may very well be, but keep in mind, like I said, this is etheric. It's not in the body. And secondly, whatever we've had in the past that was viral may still be in there, just, not active. So we're doing some real clearing here of that, perhaps. But beyond that, I want to share one thing that I like to read the documentation because I don't know what to believe anymore. But I can tell you one thing that is documented is that for over 20 years, the pharmaceuticals and the funding has been through the NIH and also the government have been researching how to mutate viruses, and the purpose, as stated, is to create what they call community vaccinations. In other words, whether you consent to the vaccination or not, you're going to get it because it's going to be in the atmosphere. And again, it's documented that they're working on it. They've got, and for a long time now, I can't tell you that they've succeeded, although they did succeed with some rabbits. That study's in there. But I do see quite often that it comes up. For me personally, when I've been out with people that are vaccinated, it seems like the next morning I want the shedding cocktail. So that's just like Forrest Gump. That's all I've got to say about that. It is thought-provoking. So anyway, I'll keep working on that. I want to show you also, we know about what happened in Turkey and Syria, and I hope you consider sending some energy when it's a priority. So if we go in here, this is what I've been doing. Just go in. Priority. For example, now there's talk that these earthquakes may have destabilized other fault lines around the world. So it's not a priority for me to put that in. I'm not going to put anything in that isn't. It was the other day, but it's not right now. So that's one thing to think about. And then here's what we want for today. Now, we actually wanted to go into the October scan. I had someone suggest that instead of, I did the February scan, but just check and make sure because we've got just about a year's worth of scans now. And we wanted the October scan today, and this is Heaven's Healing Frequencies. This one doesn't look too bad. Money, luck, and abundance in crystal healing. Sleep. Reap a forest of multiplied money. cellular health cocktail, expand mental faculties and strengthen intuition. I can't remember off the top of my head this EMP one. And then clarity. So we'll do that. But I also, I think that's all yeah. Also, we had talked today about doing the 5-element scan, so I could show you some interesting things you could do with the She motion. So I want to show you that, and then you know now what's going to be added in for us as we go. The other thing, I want to just show you something. This is a powerful command, and I'm going to send it out today. This is asking for the most benevolent outcome for any negativity coming our way, and we had a very, very high benefit this morning of having this in the B2. So I'm gonna send that out today, so you have it if you feel like working with it. And then also, I thought we would do this together. In the October scan is the etheric scan. So we want the causal body. And again, we're talking, as you know, subtle energy. Let's just go ahead and douse in a code. That looks pretty good to me. And then this was back in October we did this one, and when it finished, we did want that repeated, so we're continuing with that in the mastery. But let's go ahead here. And I just kind of been playing around with this as we study the 5 elements. In fact, that reminds me real quickly, I want to see if we want the damp scan today as well. I've been trying to do that every day when we have it as a priority, whether we want the February startup or not. We don't want it. So with the 5 elements really being the cornerstone of this work we're doing with the Chinese approach, and they say it's more of an art than anything. It does seem a little bit confusing to me at times, but what I've been doing, it's worked out well, is I'm going to scan first. Now this may not apply to us. Okay, never mind, it's not applying. Doggone it, let me just ask again. I do want to demonstrate it. Well, we don't want to do it. Look at that. Well, never mind. Okay, well, here's the water element. I am going to demonstrate. And then just go down. I'll send this out today, but just go down. And here are the characteristics of the various elements. And okay, so these are the 2 things. The color black, that's interesting. That's part of that element. But wisdom also, and my goodness, look at that number even. So what I've been having, I do it for myself, but also for clients, and it's gone over well. Go into the She motion. And if you will, since this is for a group, wisdom is not a bad one for a group, actually. Let's put an issue. What might be an issue related to wisdom that we could put in and then do a little emotional clearing on? Anybody?
Discernment.
I like that word. Yeah, discernment for what?
Discernment with wisdom. Like when does it get brought forward, and when is it good to abstain from bringing forth your wisdom?
Now that's a good one, as to when to bring forth true wisdom.
Sure.
Yeah, all right. Does that sound okay to everybody? The problem is, let me just add a little something, and ability to discern what is true, because that's the struggle I'm having. Is what do we believe and what don't we believe, and we're going to have to use our intuition. The more I study all this quantum stuff, which has been a while now, it's amazing how much we've been taught that the opposite is true. And this goes across the board. We're talking in all areas. So does that sound okay?
I have a question.
Yeah.
You put it down below? Okay.
Yep. Now we're going to put it right in here.
That was my question, why we don't have it down there. Thank you.
Yep. And let's just put it in there. So again, the reading, which almost seems to be a lost art, and deep reading, the information's out there for us. A little bit of trivia, if you want to hear this, just for fun. Did you know that there was a time pink was the color of masculinity? And now we've got all the data that pink is the color of the feminine, but at one time that was not the case. I thought that was a little interesting trivia. And while we're waiting for that, let's put the SSTT Heavens Healings frequencies in. Load here. Let's see if we want to go deeper with that. Nah, we're good. Money, luck, and abundance crystal healing. See, sometimes you have to go up here to data because it may be loaded up in another Pro Tool. There we go. And all of these have been added to these scans because they measure as a high priority for that period of time. See, again, that's in another program. Well, where is it? And then I think the she motion may have given us, oh, not yet. Still going.
Is it because you have a space between SSTT and sleep?
Yep, that was why when I took that space out, then we found it. They should all be in there. Every now and then there may be one that was left out, but that in that case it was SSTT sleep with no space, and I found it. And let's see if we want a scan on that one. This Find Options, probably my favorite button out of all of them, because you can really get the information. And remember, we're in the middle of a field of information that we're supposed to be accessing. So let's just see. Nope, don't need a scan. See, and this kind of fits in with our She motion issue with the water element. And you see, we've got a little, from what I understand, stress with that when you see a 98 or a 99 in this green box, that could be more chronic. And again, our cells are doing billions of things every moment. So right now, at this moment in time, we've got a little stress with that. And that's where you can go in, for example, is that something we want to put in the B2? No. And go on and do a little checking. And this is going to your blueprint. Okay, so yeah, we'll do a sustenance balancer on that. There we go. So this is interesting because that you see our message, developing healthy eating habits becomes easier each day. And I am seeing with this work that when we get a long list of whatever, let's say from the Delaware scans or any of those things, if I copy that list and then run it through the sustenance balancer, that list gets shorter and shorter. Very often we can completely clear it with the nutritional work. So I guess if we develop a few more healthy eating habits, we might pull in some of that true wisdom. Isn't that thought-provoking? And of course, our food, we've got to make sure now to get the organic when it comes to the vegetables and the fruits. There's a lot out there we're now, having information about. So it's not that easy, really. You've got to really put some work into it. Let's go ahead and see here. Oh, that's right. We want sustenance balancer for that. Now this one, I don't remember what that one is.
Emotions.
Oh, thank you, thank you. Having a heck of a time here. Yeah, so we will take a little bit. Let's just look at that and see if there's any more information in here for us. All right, we want a little zeal and security. Maybe feel a little cornered. Look at that, infatuation, alienated, spastic, delightful, elated. So it is interesting that these are kind of an example of a list you can put right through the sustenance balancer and see what happens. And I don't know if I can find the sustenance balancer without showing everybody else's stuff. Maybe just pull up a fresh one. But we always have it going.
I didn't know you could add all that.
Well, I just started doing it. We're going to take what we want. And I see real improvement, not just with the list getting shorter, but with, the individual clients that I get feedback from. This is a pretty powerful tool. But we can't just do this. We're going to have to look at eating some real food. I've got a few people that don't want to eat real food. They want to just take all their supplements, and you're going to have some real food. For the heck of it, I'll show you another thought on this. Get this loaded up first. And all I have been doing is just, I'll do the minute, and then I'll auto time, and as long as that number goes up, I'll give it another shot. That's what I've been doing with the acupuncture. I don't think we're ready yet. I don't think we'll get finished during our time together today, but, hopefully it won't say that it wants more than 14 hours for this one. And again, this is nothing you'd go to the doctor and find. This is in our energy field. It's around us, and we're just being proactive. Okay, live your life to help others. Give and live selflessly. That's a pretty powerful message. Let's see how we resonate. But depending on the circumstances, some people get a lot of help from this. Other times it seems, just entertaining. But you can really get some good information when you do this she motion. Look, see, we resonate with this. We like our message. But what you can do also, just go down here to superfoods. Let's put in here stress related to, I hate to put lack of wisdom and discernment. And just for the heck of it, let's go to superfoods, create a session cocktail. And we're only taking 7 minutes of this, but it's entertaining. We see just a few things. And this basil was considered, among other things, good luck in Japan. Some people had their whole front yards planted with just basil. And, a basil plant, making some pesto, putting it in your eggs, if you like that kind of thing. But you get an idea here, and you have the information. To me, anyway, I don't know what some of the rest of you think, but to me, it's not enough to just take the energy. You need the real food. So, did I get everything? Oh, clarity. A little stress there. And what you can do if you ever are led to start a group, on my other computer that I can't, do 2 screencasts. What I do every day is another very basic session for the group and scan to see who else might need some little extra energy. And so you can do that too. But this, when you put all these things together, this P4 is powerful software just all on its own. So we see a little bit of stress related to clarity. Let's see if we want a B2 for that. No? What the heck? Let's look at something here. There is an essential oil called Clarity. What the heck? Let's see if that might be something worthwhile. Well, nah, not so much. And then you can add some of these Tesla 3, 6, 9, 12 to see. But that is a significant point of stress at this moment in time. All right, there we go. I'm going to put that in 6 times. Okay, so we actually today want to go ahead and that's really the whole reason I do this little scan, because it's going to automatically do a preserve theme or options. Oh, okay. If you can believe the God who is perfect loves you, then you can believe that you are worth loving. That's not bad. See how we resonate. That's another. This is one of the most interesting forms of stress too. The fairly large number of people that somewhere along the line got the idea that they were unlovable. And let's just add that in, and I'll go back and do a little with that. That's a chronic issue, somewhat chronic energetically. And let's just go ahead and make sure I got everything doused in first. Yeah, okay. Need 20 minutes with 49 repeats before we move forward. Let me show you here too. Well, it's not going to come up, but we're also working today on our jewelry and etc. I don't have can't seem to pull it up now. But there we go. And then for later, once you're through with the manual, for example, kidneys comes up. That's our battery.
Cathy.
Yeah.
You know, something came up yesterday when Grandmaster David was talking to us. He talked about using the sustenance balancer. Also, you can put jewelry in there.
Oh, absolutely.
I wasn't aware of that. You know,
Yeah.
I just thought it was just food.
Yeah, no, not necessarily that. That sustenance balancer, I've had a lot of, good results with that. That's why I have that long list. Now, we didn't resonate for wanting that list scan today, but yeah, that is amazing. And you can do anything. It doesn't have to be a food type or water type object. It can be anything. And you can also charge it. You can charge your jewelry every day. For example, go in here. A while back, you know,
Through the substance balancer?
what's that?
You say you can charge? Oh, you mean on the charger? Yes.
And on the charger, and a while back I did something. You do these things, I do these things, and I kind of get off track. But I did an initial charge, and I went through, for example, okay, so right now this one is just for us, and a shield from 5G, emotional release pad, etc., etc. And you can go ahead, and it'll take a while to load up, and then you can go in and do your food and your water. I think I sent that out a while back. So we've got what we need, even without the Pro Tools. I have the Pro Tools in the Master. I love it. But even with the P4, with that charger is powerful. Any thoughts? Any thoughts?
Thank you.
Well, thanks a lot, you guys.
Thank you. Goodbye,
I'll do
everybody.
my best to
Everybody have a
get this
blessed
out.
day.
Thank you,
Yeah,
Kathy.
take care, everybody. Bye-bye.
Blessings
Have
to
a
all.
nice weekend. Bye.
Thank you. You too.
Kathy's Quantum Energy Group Zoom call. Thank you for participating. We look forward to seeing you again. Till then, take care and be well.